Hey guys, welcome to this Plugin Boutique Loopcloud holiday live stream. We've got a really special stream for you today. It's going to be working through a load of plugins. We've got 10 of the best of 2020 plugins to work through. I'm going to be chatting about them with Joshua Casper. And then I'm going to jump into live and do a little demo of each one just so you can hear how awesome they are. And yeah, we'll be doing a contest for each one as we go. So you have the chance of winning every one of those, and we'll announce the winner in each section. So I'm going to bring Joshua right in. Hey, Josh. Good. How are you? Thanks, man. It's nice and wintry in the background, by the way, but neither of us look very wintry, do we? I'm in a vest here and you're in sunny sunny climes. Amazing. Oh, shoot, sorry about that. That was still muted. Okay, welcome Josh again.
Oh no, my whole spiel, they didn't hear my jokes, they heard none of it.
He was hilarious. He was hilarious, trust me.
I'm glad I was keeping an eye on the chat there. What's up, everybody? Sorry for the little bit of the technical glitch there in the beginning, but we are here now. Me, Rob, and you in the chat. It's going bonkers. We'd love to see it. Simon from Plugin Boutique's in there. I see you, Simon. Yeah, as Rob was touching on at the beginning of the video, we're going to be running through 10 plugins that came out this year. We've got effects, we've got instruments, we've got some really great stuff that we're going to go through, and we're just going to briefly touch on it, and then Rob's going to give a short demo, some of the key features of these things, and then after each one, we're going to be giving a copy away. We do need at least 300 likes on the video, though, so smash that like button right now. Let me see it go up to 300, and we'll get the show on the road here. But 10 winners, 10 incredible plugins, giveaway. You know how we do it here on the Plugin Boutique channel. This is the official Plugin Boutique Christmas holiday stream, and we're excited to be here.
Amazing. So why don't we just kick it straight off with the first plugin then, which is Loopcloud Drum, the updated version of which just came out today, right? 1.5.
I believe it came out today. I flooded the Loopmasters YouTube channel. Great video tutorials, by the way, Rob. I wanted to tip my hat to you for that. Really informative, really great stuff. It's a big improvement. Loopcloud Drum was obviously already really great, but that new randomizing feature inside of that thing is just
next level.
It's next level. Yeah, it really is. Like making a decent pattern and then just hitting that and then just getting these incredible sounds. Like it almost completely transformed the track. Even though you've already have the sequencer laid out, just having like a random, maybe a longer or a shorter sample get randomly put into that slot really transforms the feel of it. And, if you've got a decent Loopcloud library like I do, I've got a massive one. I mean, you can get some really, really cool sounds. Add to that the being able to kind of like narrow down the genre, or say, I'm just looking for hip hop style ones, or I'm just looking for a bass note for this particular slot, or whatever it is. Being able to randomize with a little bit of control over the randomization, I think just those two things combined it's really been mind blowing having a good play with it. I have been over the last few days.
Yeah. Well, shall I just show them what it can do right now, and then we'll come back with
before you do, in fact, let me just say that Loopcloud Drum comes with Loopcloud. Mm-hmm. And not only that, but like right now, for example, Loopcloud's giving away an extra free plugin. So when you get Loopcloud, you get Loopcloud Drum, and Loopcloud Play. But right now, all subscribers are also getting a distortion plugin called Distortion from Kilohertz. Just as like a sort of thanks for being a part of the Loopcloud community, any subscriber is going to get that. And that's including people on a trial subscription. So if you go sign up today, you're going to get the new Loopcloud drum, you're going to get Loopcloud play, and you're going to get the distortion plugin. That's a lifetime thing. You go try out Loopcloud. If you cancel, you're still going to keep the plugin. So, I mean, definitely go sign up today if you haven't already. If you're already a subscriber, you should have gotten an email by now with the download link for that. And on top of all of that, before you jump in, Rob, this sort of thing is going to be continuing throughout the next year. So subscribers are going to continually get free plugins just for being a part of the community, on top of all the benefits of Loopcloud and Loopcloud Drum and Loopcloud Play. I believe it's going to be about once every 2 months, boom, free new VST, just for being part of the Loopcloud community. And we're super excited about that. And we're super excited to have you, obviously, as a part of the community. And this is our way of giving back. So that's like Christmas every 2 months for the next year if you're a part of the Loopcloud community.
Amazing. And it's worth saying that there's a lot of free stuff also built into the software itself. You know, you get tons of free sounds, free kits, all sorts.
You get a suite of effects plugins built into it anyway. But this is just above and beyond. The Loopcloud team have went above and beyond to make sure this sort of thing can happen, and they've really nailed it. And we've already started. So I just wanted to give that a big shout out before you jump into the demo on the Loopcloud 1.5.
Cool, man. All right. Well, thanks for that. And yeah, let's just check out Loopcloud Drum.
Nice one.
So I've just got this basic project here, loaded Loopcloud Drum in. If some of you are new to Loopcloud Drum, then as you can see, it looks like a drum sampler. You've got your 16 pads there, you've got a kit loaded up. It's playing at 120 at the moment, so not exactly hip-hop speed, but if I click at the top here, then it jumps straight into the browser, which is one of the first new sections. Obviously, I'm not going to do a full demo here. I'm just going to really quickly take you through a couple of the sort of main benefits to it. So this is one of the new features. You've got all your purchase kits now. You can click on one, you can preview the kits, load them straight from there. But one of the most fantastic things about it, actually, let's just show you in the browser first. You've also got the store tab here, where you can see the full range and can click on the kits, preview them, and then buy them just right from within the software itself, which is awesome. And then you can also see at the top here, you've got these expansion packs, which are a brand new thing with this release. And what they are essentially kind of like sample packs for drums. So they contain 128 one-shots to allow you to kind of expand your library of one-shots in a particular genre. So I've picked up this tech house one. And if I click on it, you can see you've got these starter kits here, and one of them is tops. Starter kits, again, another new feature here you can see in the browser, and the software comes with quite a few of them anyway, like just kicks and snares, empty preset, basic kit, and so on. But as you can see here, in each one of these expansions, you get additional starter kits, and if I click on one of those, like the tops, so it gives you all of the one-shots loaded into a kit with kind of percussion and claps and stuff, and a sequencer sequencing those one-shots into a classic tops phrase. And if I click on one of those now, you can see the randomizer appears, and if I then click select all pads and hit randomize, you can hear I can switch out all of the pads to different samples of the same type from within my library. And because I've got the expansion and I'm searching for purely tech house samples here, it keeps it all in the same style and gives me loads of different sounds to choose from. So if I go to Loopcloud now, and I go to kick, loops, match the tempo, and see what we've got here. I think actually there's a favorites one here. This is another feature here from this version of Loopcloud. You've got now on the side panel, you've got favorites. So if I click on this chubby kick and snare, it's quite nice. The headphones are quite quiet. Yeah, and if you're not happy with one of the sounds, you can just switch that out individually by just selecting that. And so on. So yeah, really, really quick way there of coming up with an instant top loop, basically. And yeah, you can keep it as a kit, or you can just quickly, a last feature I'm going to show here, you can export it out. So if you render the audio, it then gives you a WAV that you can just drop out onto an audio track, and there you have that top loop as audio there. So yeah, really quick way there of creating your own top loop with Loopcloud Drum. So let's close that and let's jump back to this one and bring Joshua back in for plugin number 2.
I'm back. Am I back?
You are back, and we can hear you.
Yes.
I think.
Let's just make sure. Chat, can you hear me this time?
Yeah, we can see levels coming in. That's all good.
Nice. That's good. I think we're going to go ahead and pick a winner.
Oh, yeah.
So now's the time to go ahead and just go ahead and smash that like button if you... Oh, yeah, people have. You guys are doing it. You already know what's going on.
They're primed and ready. They're waiting for it.
Yes, please, please. Go in the chat. Go in the chat. We're going to hook you up as a winner.
What do they actually win for this? For this particular contest? This particular plugin, I mean? I
believe it's a number of Loopcloud credits, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong, but that's what I think would make the most sense here, is just to get some credits to use inside of Loopcloud.
Awesome.
And those credits can also be used for Loopcloud drum packs.
Yeah.
So definitely check it out. There's a bunch of new packs in there. They're all seriously high quality stuff. And yeah, I love watching the chat just go crazy. What are we talking about next, Rob? We can keep moving. I got a team member that's going to be sending me the details of who won, okay. And I'm gonna just announce the winners at the end of the stream. Okay. But we're gonna choose the winners for each section during that section, guys. So just definitely stick around to hear if you're the winner and if you want to kind of be entered to win the next plugin as we continue throughout this live stream. So go ahead, Rob. What do we got up next?
So next we've got Plugin Boutique, Scalar 2.
Fantastic. We actually talked about this. I mean, I've talked about this a lot. The community already knows. Every time we put a new video up, it blows up because it's just that fantastic. And Scalar 2 obviously came out earlier this year, and it's already got a major update recently with some incredible new features on top of the new features that came in version 2. It now has melody and bassline performances, which is just insane. You know, I remember back in the day, I was like a year ago, I made a video. It was like how to use Scalar to get your bassline and to get your melody and so on. But now it's actually got dedicated performance options for those, so you can make your chord progression, and then you can use that chord progression with a bass performance or a melody performance, and just once you start stacking those on top of each other on different channels with bass instruments, synth instruments, or even the built-in sounds, it's just insane what you can do with Scalar at this point. It's almost too powerful. We need to take it away. It's too powerful, Rob. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just so good. And on top of that, the latest update that just came out, 7 new bass instruments built into it. You know, it's really, really crazy when you link up your own virtual instrument. But now it's the library inside of Scalar is just phenomenal. The new bass instruments, all phenomenal. The pianos in there, that felt piano is one of my favorites. I don't have a felt piano synth or library anywhere else besides Scalar, so if I just need that sound, I'm opening up Scalar just to use it. So it's really just been blowing my mind. And the bass and the melody performances were kind of requests from the community. So David and his team are really listening to what people want, where the community wants to see things go. You know, that whole modulation page, very, very advanced stuff there, but the community was like, we need it in order to get what we want out of Scalar, and they've just delivered, and they do it so fast. I mean, that latest update came out just a month or two after Scalar 2 was released, and it's just hats off to them. Hats off to the entire Scalar team. Plugin Boutique is obviously like just what they're doing is just smashing it out of the park with that plugin. So good.
Nice. Yeah, well, I'll just get straight into it then. Show people what
before you jump in, Rob.
Oh.
This is your chance to win Scalar 2, guys. So make sure to light up that chat, or we'll be marking names down. And everybody always wants the Scalar 2 giveaway. Now is the time.
Yep, get in there. Get in
nice.
there, people. All right, let's jump over to it. So Scalar, let's see, bring it up. Bosh. So I thought we'd maybe try and do something a little bit Christmassy for this one. Why not? The rest of it's all going to be probably quite dark and electronic sounding. So I'm going to go into the songs and I'm going to go for the pop options here. And let's go for pop 2. And these chords here, they're quite light and Christmassy, I thought. I mean, yeah, kind of sounds like Santa's coming. So I'm going to stick them down here in section C and kind of riff with those. And then there's a few at the end here. Stick them down there as well. So you just kind of take the chords that you want, that you like the sound of, and you can hear working. And then you just lock to that section. And then I can use my keyboard if I go into record. Let's check out some of the sounds. So here are the sounds that Joshua was talking about. Loads of different piano sounds. Some really nice strings down here as well. It's the next Christmas number 1. I'm going to click the edit switch there and I can bring them down. And you can also mess around with inversions and do all sorts down there. If you want to copy one, just hold Alt there, copy another version there. And then once you've got your kind of sequence worked out, and obviously you'd be jamming along to your beats or whatever, you can I'll just clear whatever's in there. You can just drag out what's there, and it will just drag them out sequence to a certain amount of beats each. Or you can also capture a performance. So you can turn on the perform modes here. Set one of the different, there's so many different modes here, that's the thing. You've got all these different performance modes, which are basically generally the chord played in different combinations, notes in the chord. Phrases where it sort of can move outside into more of a melody, which can come up with some really kind of imaginative stuff. And then rhythms where it's like the chords version on our arpeggiator, where it plays all the notes and the chords together in a particular pattern. So let's go for one of these kind of faster performance modes like Doloroso. So yeah, I mean, it sounds great as it is, but if you wanted to, you could capture that. So it's going to sound weird with my house beats, but and then you just stop it, drag it out, and it gives you that MIDI then sequenced, which we can use to sequence other instruments, as we'll do shortly. You've also got some really nice, let's get rid of that, really nice pad sounds in here too. Like this particular sequence would sound really nice with some of the pads. Turn the perform off. So I'm only supposed to be doing like 2-3 minutes on each one of these, so I'm going to have to leave it there. But I just wanted to quickly show you how you can build a sequence really quickly, capture a performance with one of the performance modes, and then just drag it out to sequence another instrument, or just use that MIDI to sequence Scalar 2 itself if you want to keep it within the instrument and sequence it on a track in the DAW. So yeah, just a really quick one there. Let's jump back now, bring Joshua back in. Hey.
Hey, man. Another great demo, of course, Rob. Knocking it out of the park. Give some love to Rob, because making a 2-minute demo is not easy. You would think it'd be easy, but it's not easy. And Rob is doing a fantastic job. So thanks again, Rob,
No worries.
for doing, making these plugins look as best they can in 2 minutes. Something like Scalar, you need a full course. Do you have a full course on Producer Tech for Scalar 2?
We do. Yeah. Thanks for asking. Yeah. I did the Producer's Guide to Scalar 2. Yeah. It's like a 2, 3, 4 hour course. It's quite a long one. I show everything from really, you can use it very simply to do some awesome stuff as well. Just literally loading up a minor triad in F if you're working in F, and then just using the performance modes to create a kind of string phrase that just goes underneath your track or something quite simple. You're not pushing it hard at all, but it does some amazing stuff there that
I mean, it's exactly that. I mean, it can be a feature of your track, but it can also just be some accompaniment in the background that maybe you wouldn't have thought of, or if you're going to be using that felt piano there, you can do it. It doesn't have to be, this is Scalar, it's doing everything. Like, it can just be in the background helping your track become better. Fantastic. I also got word from on high about the Loopcloud giveaway. Okay. It's not just some points, my friend. The winner will get a studio subscription for 1 year and 3,600 points to use in the loop. So I mean, I was incorrect. That is my mistake.
Yeah, a little bit more. But than you're saying.
That's pretty nice. And like I said, we're going to be announcing the winners at the end of the stream, so stick around. And now is the time to go ahead and put your name in the chat, or just blow up the chat, because we're going to be giving away Scalar 2 right now. So go ahead and do it. And while they're doing that, Rob, what do we got? What are we going to be talking about next?
So the next one is Applied Acoustic Systems. That's right, isn't it? AAS, yeah. Acoustic Systems, I think, yeah. Chromophone 3. Really nice instrument. Yeah,
it actually, I mean, it sounds phenomenal. And the cool thing about it is how they synthesize the sound in this synth isn't really done in a lot of synthesizer. It might be proprietary. I'm not totally hip to whether or not that is, but they're creating sounds differently than most synthesizers, and it really stands out in the quality of what you get when you start making your presets inside of this instrument. I've only had a go with it for a little bit a few days ago, but man, just fantastic. Especially if you like things that are struck with things, like mallets or bells. Those types of sounds, this instrument is just, I mean, it's out of control how good it sounds. And obviously you can make anything with it, bass drums, you can make pads, whatever. But in terms of mallet type of instruments, really, really excels in that department. They just sound so rich and so full. And it comes with over 1,000 presets to get you started on, your own personal library. And just flipping through those, man, I've been super impressed with the quality of what it's putting out each and every time.
Yep. No, it's a great sounding instrument. I'll just jump straight over and do it. We're only on plugin 3, aren't we? And it's already not getting on. So
let's keep it moving.
Yeah. So I'm going to jump straight into it now. So here's that MIDI I just created. Actually, while Josh was just talking, I just quantized it to save us having to do that. So I'm going to drag it straight onto the Chromophone track here, because it's going to sound pretty nice sequencing the kinds of sounds you have with this instrument, because it is a really... Let's get rid of our beats for now. Now we're getting Christmassy. Yeah. It's got some kind of trippy stuff in there as well. See, as Josh was saying, if I go into the browser here, you can see you've got different categories, and in there you've got loads of mallets, plucks, and some of them are quite wonky sounding. Other ones are really kind of clean, but there's a huge range in there. So for adding those really interesting textures and melodies. Really helping with the Christmassy vibes. And in the editor here, you can see what it's doing, where you've got two different layers for a lot of the sounds here, and those can be in various modes such as pluck mode or strings mode or bell and so on. Going back to the browser. Yeah, that's kind of all I'm going to say about this one, because it's sort of new to my collection, so I don't know it too well. But it's got tons of amazing sounds. So yeah, it's kind of, that's in the guitar category. That sounds like a really nice kind of interesting character-rich sound that you could have as a lead in your track, and it would sound great. So that's Chromophone. I'm not going to dig any deeper into it. Again, we've got quite a few plugins to get through, so I'm going to jump straight back to Josh.
Yeah, I mean, it's called physical modeling is how they synthesize those. So it's sound like some of them sound so good you would think it's a sample, but that's not what it is. It's just, I mean, it's mind-blowing the quality of sound that they're getting out of whatever they're doing to create it, because, hats off to them. It's mind-blowing how good that sounds.
Yeah, I agree. Great instrument.
Okay, and I just need people to blow up the chat because we're going to be giving a copy away to one lucky winner. Now is the time if you're looking to get Chromophone 3 from Applied Acoustics Systems.
Good luck, everyone.
Yes, good luck, good luck, good luck. It's the holiday season. Plugin Boutique bringing it to ya. All right. What do we got up next, Rob? What are we going to be talking about?
So next up, we have BeatSkills Sample X. So we're moving.
This is a really interesting plugin.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I like the concept, and I like the execution. Essentially, what it does is you just drop it, probably on your master or a drum bus or something, and it mimics the sample rate and bit depth of old school samplers. So you don't need to process your audio through a sampler. You just grab this and process your audio through that, and each preset is going to be a sampler type that, it's from the classic collection. I know the guys at BeatSkills have a massive collection of hardware, so you can look to see or look to hear how great these things sound, because it's really, really cool. And it's a really unique idea that I don't think I've really ever seen anywhere else. I mean, there are ways to reduce your sample rate and your bit crusher, but you never really see like, oh, this particular hardware unit that these songs were ran through back in the day had this sample rate, this bit depth, and I could just choose that preset and instantly get that sort of sound and that sort of feel. I think it's really cool, and they really did a really great job with it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, let's before we check that one out, do we want to get them to jump on the chat so they can be in with a chance of winning it?
Oh, you want to do it before? Yeah, let's do it right now. Let's find a winner right now, guys. Go ahead and blow up the chat if you want a copy of this plugin from BeatSkills. I'm checking out the chat. It's looking a little slow for me, Rod, to be honest. I don't see enough people commenting.
Well, then you're in with a bigger chance of winning.
Yeah, that's true.
Quick.
But that him is, come on. Oh, there we go. There it goes.
There it is.
That's the delay.
It's the delay, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I always forget that.
So, yeah, man, if you want to jump in, this is probably a pretty easy one to show off. I mean, it does a great job right off the bat. And, yeah, I'll leave it with you then if you want to show it.
Okay. Yeah, so I thought this one would be good on the sound that we just had coming out of Chromophone, because as we saw with that one, it's got some really nice kind of clean plucks. Okay, that bright plucky one, for example, very clean sounding. So if we open up SampleX, gosh, yeah, you can see here you've got your kind of standard bit crusher controls on the left that are looking really cool. So that can allow you to create your kind of bit crushery type sounds. It's not on though. Kind of sounds that you'd expect from a kind of bit crusher. But the things you've also got here, you've got a shifter and you've got a drive for adding your sort of distortion or saturation, essentially. And you can hear with some of the presets. There's a lot of range on there, and some of these, like this one for example, kind of subtle, and if I just drop the drive back, maybe bring the input down so it's not driving it as hard, bring some of the highs back, and you can kind of use it slightly more gently. Still sounding a bit overdrivey, but yeah, you can use it quite subtly as well to really fill out sounds. So there's quite a lot of range I found going through the presets with this one. And yeah, I can hear it really adding a nice sheen to lots of your different sounds, whether you're kind of pushing it quite hard and glitching them up, or whether you're using it more subtly. So another great plugin there. Joshua, what do you think?
Yeah, but like I said, it's a really unique plugin in the fact that it has those presets to mimic the quality of those old school recorders. So I just think that's a really cool idea. And like I said, I mean, I've met some of the Beat Skills team before, and they have a massive collection of hardware. So it's always great when they take that hardware and translate it into digital copies for us to use, because it can get quite expensive when you start stacking up those pieces of analog gear. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the next one is going to be Symphonic Elements Strings. That's strings with 4 eyes from UJam.
Just to be clear.
Now, obviously, this is a cinematic string player. It's got incredible sounding strings. You're going to hear that in a second. If you're familiar with UJam, it's got the same sort of layout where you have a bunch of different phrases that you can trigger, and you can trigger the key or the chord that it's on, and then it just plays magnificent sounding stuff. This one, you've got some low strings and some high strings, and those are combined in different ways to make different performances. But you know, one of the things that some people might not know about UJam is that Hans Zimmer is a co-founder of UJam, and you can really hear his influence in this instrument. So obviously Hans Zimmer is one of the biggest film composers in the world, literally. And these strings were recorded in his remote control studio, and were produced by a gentleman named Boris Salcho. And I mean, just hearing the first few presets on this thing, and they're not really presets, they're performances, are just mind-blowing. And you can instantly hear the Hans Zimmer sort of touch inside of there. And to be able to get that on any level, I think is an automatic win, in my opinion. I'm a guy who loves to do cinematic stuff, so having this in my library has been a big win in that regard. But yeah, I mean, Hans Zimmer, strings, UJam technology, mind blown.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot you can do with it as well. When I heard it was sort of presets, I did sort of think, is it going to be kind of loops with not too much control? But actually, as I'll show you, there's just tons you can do with it by triggering different bass notes, getting the rhythms, changing the rhythms up halfway through.
Yeah.
Tons you can do. So,
well, let's check it out, Rob. Why don't you show us what it's got?
All right. Okay, jumping back in then. Let's solo the track. So here it is. I've got a MIDI clip on the track just playing a sustained note of C3 right now. So you can hear the quality of it. It sounds completely amazing. We're going to go for something. There's tons of different presets here as well. So dirty bass riff. The dark stuff is just awesome. So we're going to switch up the mood now from our Christmassy vibes into now this one I'm just going to show you, because some of the sounds are very some of the presets rather have had quite a lot of processing applied, but you can get rid of it. They have motion effects, character, all that kind of thing, ambience. So I can sort of dial all these down. And you can hear underneath it, you've got your kind of more acoustic sounding cello. And what you've got is two sections, low strings and high, and you can blend between them using the crossfade. And then you can see down the bottom here, in the first octave, C1 up, you've got your phrases. So if you choose a slower one here, so it's basically different rhythms, kind of normally getting faster as you go up the octaves there, and playing in different combinations with the lows and highs. You can change your bass note. Let's go with a faster rhythm so I can actually hear that. And then you can actually change the chord up here with all these notes at the top there. So you can actually change the harmonies being played, change the rhythm, change the bass note. And of course, if I do this sort of within a MIDI clip here, and you can change the rhythm as well, like I was doing. So start off maybe slow. So yeah, just a really quick demo there of the sorts of things you can do with it. A bit of delay there, so you've even got different effects here from reverbs, delays. And so on. So, you know, loads of stuff you can do with that. Yeah, I didn't know about the Hans Zimmer thing. I can see how it makes sense that he's been involved, because the quality of it is really, really high, isn't it?
Am I back?
You are back. Sorry. You have no idea when you come back, do you? So I'm just sort of... You're there, man.
No, yeah. I mean, I've been a fan of Hans Zimmer. I think, like most people, whether they even know it, I mean, his music is everywhere. And I was actually really surprised when I found out that he was a co-founder of UJam. And it's really great. And it looks like, I don't know this for sure, this is just me speculating, because of the name of the plugin, I think we're going to see some more along the lines of this sort of cinematic thing. And I'm really excited to see the next few instruments in the series. And I have no idea. This is just me talking, with absolutely no knowledge about the future in terms of this particular instrument. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out if those do come, because this is already blowing my mind. And now is your time, chat. Blow it up.
Get in there.
Now is your time. If you want to win a copy of Strings from UJam, make sure to go ahead and say something in the chat right now. And for the latecomers, we got 100 people straggling in, Rob, that were pretty late to the show. Just to let the... Yeah. What are we going to... You got... It's Christmas. Okay, we'll forgive them this time. But people who are late, we're giving a copy of every plugin we're talking about today away after each section, or sometimes before. If Rob wants to switch it up, you go ahead and comment. Make sure to smash the like button. I mean, if we can get to 1,000 likes, I think it'd be a big Christmas gift for me. If I can see 1,000 likes on this video before the end of the stream, I'll be extremely happy. And I won't feel bad taking time off away from the Plugin Boutique channel. But yeah, every plugin, we're going to be giving away 10 plugins, 10 lucky winners. And all you need to do to participate is be a part of the chat, be a part of the community, be a voice of reason. And yeah, I think we're going to be moving on to the next one. What is the next one, Rob?
It is none other than Thermal by Output.
Ooh, this is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Saturation distortion, multi-stage, multi-band, just insanely beautiful, by the way. I mean, it's it follows along the lines of their other plugin, and I'm forgetting, is it Concept? I believe it was Concept, but it follows along the visual and aesthetic of that plugin, but this time dedicated to saturation and distortion, and really insane. It just sounds so good. I've gushed about it on the Plugin Boutique channel. I've gushed about it on my personal channel. I've gushed about it everywhere because it's just that good. Saturation is one of the things a lot of people are missing when they're getting into sound design. It's Portal. Thank you, Leon. I messed that up. But yeah, Portal is the other one that has the same sort of it's essentially the same shell, but just that one's a Concept. Yeah. Okay, Leon, stop. You're distracting me. No, but it's the other thing that I really, really like about this plugin, beyond the fact that it's multi-stage and multi-band, is I can just use some of the effects inserts without having to do anything else. And it comes with delay, it comes with reverb, it comes with high quality output effects built inside of it. So really you're getting a multi-effect, but obviously the focus is on the distortion and what you can do by means of automation and really honing in on a certain frequency range and even stacking up saturation. And what I was saying before is saturation is something that a lot of new producers kind of leave out, that is absolutely fundamental to getting a really great sound. And thermal by output is like the Swiss Army knife of saturation and distortion, just because of how great everything sounds and how much versatility the plugin offers. And that's even before you get into the kind of like performance page where it's got that beautiful GUI, and you can mix between, it's like a macro knob with like XY, but it's a circle, and it's visually interesting, and it sounds fantastic. Like, it's just, they really knocked it out of the park with it, and I'm really excited it's on this list, because I'm really excited to be able to give a copy away to the community, because the more people that have this plugin, the better music we're going to hear in the future when these people start releasing their stuff. So it's just a phenomenal plugin from the heart. Love it. Rob, I'll let you show it.
Yeah, absolutely agree with all that. Let's just jump over, take a look at it. So I've got it on this same strings track here. Thought it'd be nice to show with the strings. So here's the sexy graphic Josh is talking about, and it changes depending on the preset to sort of some kind of kaleidoscopic stuff and all sorts. Let's just turn it on. Going into you click on the presets here, we can see it's all categorized differently. So we could go into like maybe the feedback effects or lo-fi, feedback effects for this one. You can hear the feedback. Quick, get it off. There we go. Let's drag it up. I've chosen quite a bonkers category there, but it's quite an epic sounding one, and there's some moments when I've been playing with that with the strings there where it kind of starts to sound like Nine Inch Nails or something really kind of epically messed up, but beautiful at the same time. But you can see essentially this is like two macro controls here, like an XY pad essentially, and for each preset it's changing up the parameters on the different axes. And so this is kind of the simple, beautiful mode. But if you want to dig deeper into it, you can check out the settings, and there you can see just how much is actually going on with this. And there's a lot going on here. You've got 3 different stages. A lot of the presets use just one of them, for example. But each one of these stages has two different sections here, different kind of shapers, distorters, and then a selectable second effect here, which can be anything from chorus and compressor to delay and flanger. And then you've got these automation curves here as well, which are creating that really interesting movement and kind of snarling quality to a lot of the presets. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of this. You could spend hours tweaking that, just getting sucked into the beautiful visuals there. So yeah, I'm gushing about this as much as Joshua is. It really is an amazing plugin, and yeah, one of you lucky people is going to get to win one. So Joshua, you're back, but you're muted. I believe you're muted.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay. I'm back. So yeah, like I was saying, and like you just demoed, thermal, absolutely insane sounding distortion and saturation algorithms inside of there, but you can get mind-bending effects with that thing. Like, I mean, if you're in a trip hop, hip hop, like lo-fi, I mean, if you're looking to get some really grungy sounds, that is the plugin for you. It lives on my master on my master channel inside of my default Ableton Live project, just because it's fundamental. Obviously on the master I've just got a little bit of that saturation running, but sometimes throw it on your bass channels, your bass group, your drums, and you can get like some insane stuff. It's just too good. And it's I wish we had more time to show it off more. Yeah. But I know that there is a video on the Plugin Boutique channel for people who are looking to dive a little bit more into it. But yeah, chat, now is the time. Who wants it? I mean, come on, you got to blow up the chat right now. This is Thermal from Output. Just came out this year. One of the best.
This is the best
my delay, and there it goes. Yeah, but we like I was saying, we got more incredible plugins. We've already talked about a few incredible plugins. We're just past halfway, but we got some other really bangers coming up now. So make sure to leave a like. My Christmas present, the only thing I want is to see 1,000 likes on this video. We're almost there. We got 700 people watching. We got 860 likes. I need more likes. I want more likes. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. What is up next on the list, my friend?
Next up, we have another pretty heavy one. It is Heaviosity, literally Heaviosity, Damage 2.
And I know I just gushed about Thermal, but oh my gosh, I am so happy this is on the list for us to give away and to talk about right now. I said already, I'm a big fan of cinematic stuff, and I'm a huge fan of Heaviosity. Literally everything they do is just mind-blowing. And Damage 2, oh my gosh, if you like cinematic percussion, I mean, it's a library that you need to have. And not only that, but I mean, I've found myself using it inside of, a dubstep track or something that I'm trying to go really hard with on the drums. The drums inside of Damage 2 are going to hit so hard each and every time. It just sounds so good. It's a huge step up from Damage 1. Damage 1 was like, I remember it was one of the first Contact instruments. I was like, I need that. But now with what they've done with Damage 2, it's like, it's mind-blowing that how far ahead of where Damage 1 was, even though that was already insane. Damage 2 is. Now it's got an Ensemble Designer. It's got the Loop Designer. It's got another designer too, which I'm forgetting. Rob, do you know off the top of your head? I'm going to look at my notes here.
Kit Designer.
A Kit Designer. So you can build your ensemble. It gives you a virtual stage. You can position your drums on the virtual stage. Insane. Yeah. Then the Kit Designer is just like a regular drum machine, but you've got the drums from Heaviosity. And I really want to check out here on my notes here because it's a ridiculous number of drums here. Hold on.
That explains the size of the library. It's quite a meaty library, isn't it?
It's a huge library. I'm trying to find. Okay, here we go. This is it. 40,000 drum samples in there from over 1,600 unique sound sources. Oh, wow. I mean, they took baseball bats to empty trash cans to get that, those gnarly metallic things. They got the taiko drums, a huge favorite. I'm a huge favorite of the big taiko drums that are just like, love it. The Kit Yeah, the ensemble, the kit, and the loop designers are absolutely phenomenal. The loop designers, the loops inside of there are just so inspiring. You can use them right in your track, but they also just inspire you on how you can use the full library once you get in and start making your own stuff. Absolutely, absolutely fantastic. And I'm so excited that we get to give a copy away because someone's going to have a big Christmas with this library.
Yep, massively. Well,
holidays, we're inclusive here, so whatever you celebrate, a big December, we could call it that. Someone's going to have a huge December with this thing.
Yep. Okay, let's take a look at it. So here we go then. We've got, it's going to go well with the strings. I'm going to take off thermal for now. So we just have the strings, just dial them down a bit. And let's open up damage then. Here it is. Let's put that track into record. I love the fact that even playing a single note on a keyboard with no velocity sensitivity, so just my computer keyboard here, it must be triggering sort of different samples in a kind of random fashion to keep it fresh. So you don't need to kind of get into the nitty-gritty of the sequencing and kind of add your own kind of variation there. So we're just going to sequence a kind of basic pattern here. You can hear the quality of the kind of sounds you get from it. And yeah, as Joshua was saying, you can kind of move these around. So this is the Ensemble Designer here, where each one of your drums can be positioned wherever you like on the stage. You can also, edit the individual drums by going to drum mode and then clicking on the different notes there to then edit their controls above here. So things like tuning. And then filtering and stuff like that. And also decay. Although on this one, it's much more about the kind of long sounds, big dramatic stuff. Create some higher notes in here as well. Let's get like a sort of higher hit over here. Yeah, it's going to sound really good with the strings, so let's just play those together. Yeah, so just fantastic instrument. Not going to show too much more than that, really. Just play a few of the different sounds there, but you can hear the quality. It's amazing. So yeah, for those dramatic kind of fills in your tracks, in an electronic track, or I've just got into VR recently. Population 1's a great game, and at the beginning of that game, there's just a huge drum roll, and I was like, it's got to have been made with Damage. Just sounds awesomely epic. Yeah, so that's Damage. Let's bring Joshua back. Hey, man.
Hey, so yeah, I just want to reiterate, we have 3 videos on the Plugin Boutique channel for people who are interested in hearing more with this, from the kit designer to the ensemble designer and the loop designer, because each facet of that instrument is just insane. And like you said, man, even just hitting the C3 button one time, and you're like, you already know what you're in for, those big bassy hits, and it gets so much more involved than that. And by the way, I believe it's an 8-stage round robin, which is what you're doing with your, no velocity keyboard, and it's giving you a little bit of a difference each time. I believe it's 8. I could be wrong. It might just be 6, but that's what it's doing, is essentially giving you 6 different hits.
Yeah.
And they each are a little bit different from the same drum. So that on top of 40,000 samples. Like you get, it's just like you said, it's just easy to get a human feel right out of the gate. You don't need to worry about anything, but you still can get in and really dial things in if you wanted to. So right now, first of all, we're not at 1,000 likes on the video, which is
unacceptable.
Yeah, it really is at this point. We're going to be giving you Damage 2. Yeah, that's right. Put those likes in. And now is your time. Blow up the chat because you want this in your life. No matter what type of producer you are, you want this library. It's going to change everything you do. You're going to be like, I'm making hardcore big room techno right now, but I think the breakdown needs some cinematic percussion because I've got Damage 2. It's so good. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Heavyosity. Love everything they do, really. But now's the time, like I said, put it in the chat, and hit that like button and give Joshua a Christmas present. And also, I want to tell everybody, I keep turning my head and speaking towards the microphone. This is just a problem I have. I don't know how streamers do it, but I feel like I need to be like this on the microphone when I don't need to be. So I do apologize. I meant to be looking at you there in the video. But anyway, let's keep rocking. Let's keep rolling. What's up next?
So we've still got 3 awesome plugins to go. And the next one is Isotope Neoverb.
Nice. So yeah, I think this is the first and only reverb we've got on the list, and it's a banger. Obviously, you were kind enough to do a live stream, which kind of set up this snowball rolling in terms of live streams here on Plugin Boutique's YouTube channel. But you did it where it was a kind of a deep dive into Neoverb, and I think most people in our community already know about this, but it's just it's Isotope. I mean, it's Isotope combined with Exponential Audio, who were already, one of the biggest names in algorithmic reverb that you could find because it's just high quality. And when those two forces combined, it's like you expect an insane reverb, and they delivered an insane reverb. So it's got the AI technology that Isotope kind of started back in the day with. I believe it was Ozone. I want to say it was the first one. I could be wrong, obviously, but they've just continually incorporated that into all of their different plugins with the mixing, mastering, vocal processing, whatever. And now with the reverb, it's just phenomenal. It gives you a reverb. You kind of tell it a little bit about what you want. I want a warm one, or I want a realistic one, or I want this massive one. And then you hit go, feed it some audio, and it's like, this is probably what you're looking for. And like 9 times out of 10, you're like, yeah, thank you, AI, Mr. AI. That's exactly what I needed in my life for this particular channel. And it's just fantastic. And that's not all that's it. I mean, they've got some other really cool stuff baked inside of there. It's got the masking feature. Yep. Which, I mean, everybody needs more of in their lives, because that's another thing that younger producers struggle with: frequency masking, collisions, where it's just muddying up your sound. And reverb is a big issue, a thing that really delivers that. Yep. I remember when I first started producing, more reverb was always the right answer. Do you know what I mean? But then it just becomes muddy. So no, now I'm gonna let the AI do it. Give me the reverb that I kind of think I want, and then it's gonna say, hey, if you do it like this, you're gonna have frequency masking, get some collisions in this frequency range, and then you can actually use the built-in EQ to carve that out and make that sound a little bit nicer. So, that in combination with Neutron during your mixing process, and then throw Nectar on your vocal, then you throw Ozone on your, you got everything covered, and they're just doing it. And Neoverb is just a huge addition to that already fascinating collection of plugins from our good friends at Isotope. We love Isotope. They're always involved with everything we do, and we appreciate them for that. But I mean, I've been gushing enough. I'm going to let you go ahead and let people hear this fantastic plugin in action. In the project. And I can't hear what you're doing, Rob. Is it still Christmassy, or did you take a dark turn at some point? I believe I heard you say we're rounding the corner.
We have gone into a much darker kind of state of mind right now. We've had strings, we've gone very distorted, and yeah, with Damage on top now, it's getting quite dramatic.
All right, well, I'll let you take it away. Maybe you can bring us into a more uplifting place for the end of 2020. We all need it. and I'll let you do what you need to do right now.
Yeah, we'll bring it back around. All right, see you in a moment. So, so I stuck Neoverb on the. Actually, let's just stay kind of dark and heavy just for one more here. Let's bring out the. Was that top sleep we had there? I could bring Loopcloud back in, why not? It's definitely a weird track. I didn't take the beats out for now. So Neoverb's on the return channel here. And I don't think it's I'm just going to actually hot swap it out for a default one though, so we can just start again with it fresh. And all I'm going to show you basically is the Reverb Assistant, because that, you know, that's one of the classic sort of Isotope touches that they brought to it. The ability for the AI to just analyze your track and just tell you what's best. So I'm going to route the strings and contact into Neoverb. Set it fully wet. And then I'm going to click on the Reverb Assistant, and then it gives you a whole load of different things to select here, just basically the kind of character and the quality of the reverb that you want. And these will all configure all the settings within the software itself. So we're going to go, let's just go really big. Let's go quite dark, just keep it in theme. And then once you've selected all those, you can then just play the audio into it. It is receiving it. It's never taken that long before. And then what normally happens is it analyzes it and then it sets the EQ up for you. Let's just try that once again. Maybe I did something weird with the hot swapping. So we go Reverb Assistant. Let's go dramatic, massive, dark. Okay, well the assistant's gone funny there. I could try it again, but I'm just going to do it manually myself down here, because what it's basically doing is you can select the button down there. Okay, I'm going to have to let's get a new one on there. And then just one more time here, dramatic, large, dark. I'm pretty sure I'm not messing up my routing, am I? Let's go again. There we go. So once it's set it all up and then it's analyzed it and it's set up the EQs for you as well, this is where it applies the masking, as you can see. So you can remove it if you like with the cross, or you can actually dial it up or down. So if you want to go even heavier with it, you can see like these different dips here, and this is separate from the actual EQ curve itself that you can change here, where you've got your shelves and your band in the middle there. So if you want, you could just dial it up, really cut out those notches that are going to be overlapping with your signal. So there, it's really notching out a lot of that bass there. What you end up with, even with a sort of gigantic reverb as I've just added there, oh, sorry, I forgot to set it fully wet. Without the EQ, you can clearly hear their crazy wash of reverb. And then applying the EQ there, it just cleans out all those muddy frequencies. And even with a crazy large reverb like that, it somehow just slots into place. Pretty amazing. And then, yeah, this blend tool is particularly cool as well. The fact that you can blend together these different stages of the reverb here with your early reflections, your medium, and then your long verb, to really kind of tailor the reverb to your own choosing. So yeah, that's Neoverb. I've done a course on this one as well, actually. So if you want to learn more about that, you can go to producetech.com and check out that course. Let's bring Joshua back. Hey, man.
Rob, you told me we're going to round the corner and then you go large, dark reverb. What's happening? I can't hear what's going on in the stream, but man, I'm concerned at this point.
We've got 2 more plugs. I'm gonna bring it back around. Don't worry.
You still got time, huh?
Yeah.
No, so a couple other things that are really cool about Neoverb that stand out to me. One is you can do synced reverb tails, but you can also sync the pre-reverb, which can do some really interesting things. You can use it as sort of a mixing technique where you just chop up. If you're putting reverbs on some hats, for example, you can just pre-delay like a 16th or whatever it is, and you get some really interesting results with that.
Yeah, I like reverbs that you can go like really tight with as well. This one, you can bring it really close in, so you can create a really, really subtle, amazing verb.
Yeah, exactly. And that synced function I think is really, really cool. And having it on the pre-delay the pre-reverb is also really, really cool. Another thing, we hit 1,000 likes. You did it for me, chat, plugin boutique community.
Okay, the Christmas hat. Christmas hat's going on over the top
after
of the
the
headphones.
stream. I'm taking 3 weeks off. I'm just done. You gave me all I needed. I can have a happy Christmas now. And I've got some big news. Because of that, I've got a few extra giveaways for the community. So we got, right now you need to put some stuff in the chat if you want to win a copy of Neoverb. Right now is the time. Go, go, go. Don't stop pressing that like button. If I could see it go to 1.1 K, I'll. But anyway, because we hit 1K, and that was my goal for the stream, we're going to be giving away a copy of Stereo Savage, which is a phenomenal tool from Plugin Boutique, and Big Kick. So if you're someone who likes to design your own kick drums, we're going to be giving a copy of that. We're going to do all that at the end of the stream. But right now, in the chat, post something. Say hello. Say happy holidays. And you can win, potentially, a copy of Neoverb from Isotope.
You want this in your life.
Yeah, you do. You really do. Fantastic. And again, that's exponential audio algorithms driving that thing. So people who have been in the plugin game for a minute should recognize that name and know that it's a synonymous with quality. So Neoverb, baby. Yes. All right. So next up, what do we got, Rob?
We have our penultimate plugin, which is Waves Factory Echocat.
Let me see here. Echocat.
Really, really nice kind of vintage emulating delay.
Yeah, Waves Factory. We talk about Waves Factory quite often on the stream. In fact, we're all big fans. Really, really great stuff. And having this is just another addition to their already their ever expanding collection of fantastic plugins. And a cool thing about this actually is I was watching Kenny Beats. You know what Kenny Beats is, right? You got to know what Kenny Beats is.
Yeah.
Hip hop music producer. He's got one of the biggest streams in terms of music production on Twitch. Mm-hmm. He actually has the original unit that this was based off of, and it was Charlie Watkins called delay unit called Copycat. And if you buy the original unit, it's about $600 used. So it's not cheap. But yeah, it is vintage and it is epic. And the fact that Waves Factory have made this available, again, I love it when people do this. They take that super expensive hardware and they give me an affordable price, and I still get the quality and the character of these things. And Waves Factory, synonymous again with high quality stuff, and they did it with Echocat. If you're looking for those nice tapey style stuff, those echoes, those delay lines that just sound warm and rich and just add nothing but character, the best of character to your sounds, then this is a plugin you want in your collection for sure.
Sure is. So let's jump back to
remember, Rob, we're going happy. And
Thanks.
end of 2020.
Hey, look.
I don't need.
Hey, I've got my Christmas
Yeah, you
hat
got
on.
the hat on. So we're well on our way. I
Yeah.
can see the momentum building. I'm excited to see where you take it.
Christmas is coming.
Yes.
Let's go. So, switching back to chromophone then for this one. So we can brighten it up. Let's go with one of the different presets. So we were going with the, if I go sounds now, packs, that's what I want, factory. Then there's one in here called Thunder Party, there it is. There we go. So you can hear how that riff, even though it was kind of sounding like cheesy and poppy in the last one and like, you know, an obvious Christmas number one. Now we've brought it back around with a different preset. It's kind of sounding like some uplifting housey vibes. And now we can just listen to some of these different factory presets here we've got with Echocat. So here you got some really nice clean ones. You've got some with just tons of character. Some of these ones down here, like Harsh Sides, this is quite abrasive, but loads of character being imparted there. And you can see when you click on these different switches here, the sorts of things you're adding here. So you've got your classic sort of tape delay effects here with wow and flutter, but you've got some other ones here, age, signal loss, so you can really kind of degrade that signal if you want to give it that properly, you know, vintage hardware sound. You've got your master effects there, and on there you've also got things like ducking, which is always handy with the delay. Really nice hiss. So yeah, tons of awesome sounds with this one. Do love a good delay. Always good to have a new delay in your collection, especially one that sort of sounds properly vintage and cool. So yeah, another great plugin there. Hopefully that was cheerful enough for you, Josh.
Unfortunately, I still I have the stream muted, and I'm not going to unmute it to get some sort of crazy feedback loop. But I did notice you chose a preset called Epic Thunder or something along those lines. And then I was watching the stream, and you had Haunted Paths on there. But I'm assuming that you've taken it in the right direction to get that Christmas and holiday spirit cranking out for the community.
The vibes are definitely lifted. Yeah,
And I think you touched on another thing that, I mean, I've been saying throughout the stream that I really like when people take analog gear and give me an affordable digital copy. I think that, you know, that's fundamental to what we're doing out here in the music. It's so great. But when you do that, you get to add, you know, futuristic and modern functionality like ducking, which is so important on a delay. And you can control your wow in your flutter, and you have much more control over an otherwise out of your hands thing. It's great to have the unit, but if it's doing something you don't want that you can't fix, then that's it. But when you get a plug-in version of it, you have much more control over the final result, and you don't have to really worry about your tape being worn down, because you can adjust the how new your tape is on something like this. So it's just, I love technology. I love Waves Factory, Copycat, Echocat. It's so good. Mm-hmm. So, who wants a copy? It's the holiday live stream, and like I said, we're giving a copy away to 10 lucky people. In fact, we're gonna get 12 lucky people because we hit 1K likes. We actually got 1.1 now. I don't know if you can see this, Rob, but I can't. It's warming the cockles of my heart. It's like hot chocolate without hot chocolate, seeing that like button get hit so many times. But now's the time. Hit it in the chat. Post something. Post anything. Post where you're from. I haven't even seen. Where was everybody at? And you can win a copy of Echocat from Waste Factory. Fantastic. One more plugin to go, Rob.
Yeah. When are we announcing the winners? Is that at the end? We're going to
right at the end. We'll wrap it up. We'll let everybody know who won, how to get in contact with us. We'll give away the extra presents for hitting the milestone, and we'll figure it out. But that's right after this last plugin.
Yeah, the final
that we
plugin
have on the list.
Last but by no means least, we have Aberrant DSP's Sketch Cassette 2.
Okay, so this plugin wins 2020's GUI of the year.
I was thinking about this, and I think some of the other plugins are going to feel slightly outraged to hear that, probably, because the amount of effort that's gone into the design of those with their incredibly designed look is amazing. This one's gone the other way and just gone very simply, but really nailed it.
I mean, it's just visually, before you even hear how awesome it sounds, it just looks fantastic.
It's right there.
I liked, it's actually right there on the thumbnail. That's right. It sounds incredible. Obviously, it does exactly what you want it to do, but it just looks so stylistic and cool. Huge fan. Freak Show Industries is another one that I really, really dig their design choices and their aesthetics, because we really only care about the sound in the end. But having it pleasant and fun, and like in this is a really fun VST to use. I think it's important, and it's really cool to see it the way it is, because it's just fantastic.
Yeah, let's take a look. So I've got this one on the master track. What track should we actually play now? Should we get this? Should we just bring in some? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'm just going to start jamming now, but if I put this one into record, we can also... basis of quite a nice track there, I think. Anyway, back to our master channel. Let's just bring up the plugin. This is what it looks like. Fantastic design. It's just so much fun. You can see when I step through the different presets there, it changes the kind of the tape mode. You can see you've got all these different types here, various tape machines, all the kinds of things we were looking at with the last plugin as well, with the wow and flutter, those tape effects to give you that kind of analog feel, modulating the pitch. You've also got this noise reduction compensation, and again, there's this age here, so you can really dirty it up if you want. Subtler ones like that magic button there. So a real range of sounds you can get out of this, from things that really get crunched up again and really have that old school flavor imparted, and then ones that again are just much subtler but have those really pleasant effects added, and loads of fun to play around with the GUI here. So yeah, big fan of this one as well. Let's bring Josh back. Such a cool plug.
Yeah, another really cool plug. And things like this, I find it very rarely do I completely destroy my sound, even though it's a possibility. And I'm going to stress this again, I've already said it on the stream, but for the people who came late, I don't know why people are tuning back. It's up now to 8:05 right now on my screen, and we still got people pouring in. You're late. How dare you? but we'll forgive you because it's that time of the year. But saturation is so important. And we had 2 really quality saturators in this list, but that's by no means the only ones that have been released this year, or by no means the only ones available. These are some of our favorites. All these plugins, in fact, are some of our favorites that have been released this year, but we love all plugins. And we're really excited to be able to feature these. The distributors came together and said, yeah, we love the plugin boutique community as much as you, so let's give away some copies. And it's just so great. But yeah, we're about done. We're going to wrap up the stream here, but just if I could leave you with one thing about Christmas, it's to saturate your music more. Just put more saturation on it. That's my Christmas gift to you. It's simple. Very rarely do you want to go overboard, but you want to do it. In stages, Rob. You know what I'm saying? Mm. Throw it on your drum bus. Throw it on your kick, then throw it on your drum bus, and then throw it on the mastering chain. And you'll be like, that's a lot of yes, it's a lot of saturation, but saturation is what makes the world go round. Yeah. Am I correct, Rob?
No, absolutely. Yeah. Sometimes if you're finding a lot of your sounds are a little bit thin and they're kind of lacking, it's saturation, basically. The only thing I would say that when you are applying it to lots of things, just to check that bottom end, because if you're applying it to things that you don't want the sub frequencies on, which is most of your tracks, then just make sure, because often it adds a lot of sub to a sound. So.
And that's why you need thermal in your life, because you could do that right inside that plugin. No questions asked. Awesome. Done for you. Don't worry about it. So yes, more saturation in your life. And that's going to do it. So right now, put it in the chat, and we're going to give away a copy of Cassette, Sketch Cassette. Number 2, I'm not familiar with version 1. Have you ever seen version 1? I mean, version 2 is definitely doing it for me, but I'd like to see what version 1 looked like, if it looks the same or if it looks a little bit different. But yeah, I love it. Once again, Put it in the chat. Come on. And put it in the chat right now if you want to win a copy of Stereo Savage or Big Kick, because you did me the big favor of hitting 1,000 like buttons on this stream. We're going to be giving those away as well. So we're just going to go ahead and pick some names right now. Put it in the chat. Thanks again for being here, everybody that's been involved with the stream. Thanks, Rob, for hosting again. Fantastic job doing short demos, which I've already said is extremely hard to do, at least for me. But you've done it. You've knocked it out of the park.
Well, in fairness, some of them have just been, just check out these presets.
Yeah. But I mean, what can you do? We're already we're coming up at an hour and a half. We don't want to take up too much people's holiday time here. But I just want to focus on the community once again, because I've been so impressed with our chat. It's always positive. I see people answering other people's questions. I see people leaving love. I see people, just being kind to one another. And that means so much to me. It's always, or usually on streams, it can go a little bit sideways. But every time we've done a live stream for this last month, the community has knocked it out of the park and made me happy each and every time to be a part of this.
Music
and to
production.
See. Yeah.
Music production community is often like that.
Yeah.
Great vibes. Again,
big ups. You're why we're here. You're what make it possible, and you gave me the Christmas present of 1.1K likes. So I'm gonna see if I have winners. Now, I do. I've got winners in my thing right here. So the way this is gonna work is I'm just gonna read the name and what you won, and if you won, you need to contact plugin support at Plugin Boutique, and just say Christmas live stream winner, and then just say, hey, I won. And if your name matches, don't send us an email if you didn't win. Okay, well, just saying how great the community is. Don't ruin it. But I've got nothing but faith in you. So let's go through this, the winner list. And the Loopcloud winner, it's going to get a subscription, a year-long subscription, and 3,600 points to use in the Loopcloud store is Captain Jack. Captain Jack, you were the winner of the Loopcloud giveaway. Scalar 2. Coming up right now, Mr. Justin O'Brien. Congratulations. Scalar 2 is now officially in your life. Chromophone 3. And this is a fun name. Philippe. Oh, Philip. It's like Philippe. Philip, I get it now. Philippe, you're a winner of Chromophone 3. Sample X, Mind Massage. My Massage, you have won a Sample X VST plugin during the Plugin Boutique Christmas stream.
I could use a mind massage.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for one after this.
And we're just about, we got strings. Twist DJ. Where's Twist DJ? You still in the chat? I hope so, because you are the winner of strings.
Awesome. And
just a reminder, it's support@pluginboutique.com with the tagline holiday live stream winner or Christmas live stream winner, whichever one makes you feel more comfortable. Either way, we're going to get back to you. Next up, Thermal. The winner of Thermal. Can I get a drum roll, Rob, please?
If I had damage, I'd be... But
yes, it would have been perfect right there. Is Hee Ha. Hee Ha, you now have more saturation in your life. And as I was saying, it's what makes the world go round. So now you have it. Hee Ha. Damage 2 is a fun name to say. I'm really excited to say it. Gotta Funker. Gotta Funker. You have won Damage 2. Congratulations. It's going to be a great December. And Neoverb would be Laser M or Lazur M. Lazur, capital M. You have won Neoverb from Isotope. Congratulations. Moving right on, we got Echocat. You know, it's crazy how long this is going, how long of a list. We have so many winners in this stream. It's insane. Next up, Echocat. Let me just... Inspector Clouseau. Great name. Great name.
Nice.
Echocat. Oh my gosh. Clouseau was from the Pink Panther, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I missing? That was Pink Panther, right?
Yep.
It's getting Echocat. That's come on.
Oh yeah.
That's almost that's yeah. 2020 can't get any crazier, guys. I'm telling you. And next up we got Sketch Cassette 2. And who else should get it besides The Music Maker?
Oh.
The Music Maker. If your username is that, you now have Sketch Cassette 2. And a couple of extra giveaways for smashing that like button for me and Rob. Big kick from Plugin Boutique is Nor's Music. Nor's Music, if you're in the chat, congratulations. And the final giveaway of the stream, Stereo Savage, an incredible plugin from Plugin Boutique, Tears and Flowers, which is another great name. Usernames are the best. Obviously, music producers come up with the best usernames. You are all winners. Captain Jack, Justin O'Brien, Philippe, Mind Massage, Twist DJ, Hee Ha, Gotta Funker, Laser M, Inspector Clouseau, The Music Maker, Nor's Music, Tears and Flowers. You are all winners from the Plugin Boutique holiday stream. And make sure to email support@pluginboutique.com with holiday live stream winner or Christmas live stream winner, whatever makes you more comfortable. Congratulations to everybody. Big thanks to the community. Once again, you've knocked it out of the park. You've made me very, very happy to be a part of Plugin Boutique. And Rob, as always, man, really, really well done. And I appreciate you taking the time out of your Christmas, your Christmas time. It's family time, but you've stopped by. You've helped us make this a success, and it wouldn't have been the same without you, man. So thank you very much for being a part of this.
Pleasure. Thank you. Always a pleasure. Happy holidays, everyone. And
yeah,
you.
happy holidays. We got the 1.2K likes, so it's
good times.
It's a win. We've won. We've done it. Conquered 2020. 2021 is going to be huge. Make sure to stick around. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you haven't already, what are you doing with your life? You need to be subscribed. Check out Producer Check. Check out Loop Masters. Check out Loopcloud. Remember, free plugins on top of everything else Loopcloud has to offer for the entire year. So go check everybody out. You know what the deal is. I'm Joshua Casper. I hope you learned something, and I'm going to see you in the next live stream.
Yeah. So it's goodbye from him, and it's goodbye from me.